I'm wondering, how would you plan and prepare for a session?
Right, I've thought about this. So what I'm going to do is just talk about the kind of preparation that I do in a bit of detail, because I think that will be helpful for people who want to give it a go. In my work, I'm constantly on the lookout for material, for short stories, for poems, for snippets from magazines, for ideas that might work as just even a little theme, and then I'll go along and look for things that will fit in with that theme. It might be things that come from the previous groups where I think, oh, that was a good idea. Or people say, oh, that was good, we'd like to do more on that, for example. And so that's a constant ongoing thing in the background. And I build sessions by sort of having a sort of a covering document, which for each session, which is a session guide. And I sort of have loads of them going on at the same time. And then I pop things into them as I find them. And so that keeps me right. So it might be, you know, a poem and a short story or an article that I think goes quite nicely together. With the online world, that's been very different, and actually in many ways easier, not easier, but you know, I've used snippets from TED Talks or poetry read aloud or song lyrics, or and in recent times I've used art. Just pieces of art which I can share really easily with people by using the shared screen facility, and that is different. And again, I would really like to move. I've learned a lot about using these other mediums, and I'd like to move into more of that in person. Then what I do is, before a session, I'll prepare a kind of like this is physical sessions. I prepare little packs, photocopy all the things in a large font, just because that makes it easier for people to use. And also they can, I take pencils, like a little pack of pencils in, and people can then scribble on their pieces of paper if they want to. So they can come to the sessions with no preparation and they don't need to bring pens, pencils in like that. That's part of the thing, is you can come just as you are. I always get to the room early, at least quarter of an hour early, have a look at the room, make sure that the layout is as I would like it to be, which is usually in a circle. And get the urn on, or the kettle, because I would like a cup of tea, and it's always good to have a tea break. And then also I can welcome people in the room, which is really important, to be there to welcome people, especially people who are new, to feel as though the facilitator's there to welcome you in. I think is really important